Hello, once again. Welcome to the Academia series. I'm coming your way with another interesting presentation, and we're going to review some theory questions in the BECE syllabus. Please do not forget to contact me on the details displayed on your screen. You can also comment on the comment section under my channel. Now let's start today's business. But before we go to the main item, let me walk you through the BECE Integrated Science question format. It's made up of two papers. We have paper 1, which comprises of 40 objective questions. And you are to answer this within 45 minutes for 40 marks. Then we have paper 2, which is made up of two parts, part 1, part 2. Part 1 consists of 4 practical questions, all grouped under question number 1. And then that one also will fetch you 40 marks. Then part 2, you have 5 questions, out of which you are to select 4 questions. Each question will earn you 15 marks, totaling 60 marks. And you are supposed to answer all this within time frame of 1 hour, 15 minutes. So we have 60 marks for the theory, 40 for the practical, 40 for the theory, totaling 140. So whatever you score over 140 times 100% will earn you your 100% marks in terms of percentage. Now let's start today's set of questions. Please pardon me, because of my recording time, I can only do 2 questions. I wish we can do more, but the recording time does not allow me. So we are going to review 2 sets of questions under the theory section. So these are the first set of questions as displayed. Let's take the first question. Name 4 weather measuring instruments. Here, please, you are just required to list the instrument without telling us their functions. Just list them. So here you are with some of the weather measuring instruments: thermometer, barometer, hygrometer, anemometer, wind vane, wind gauge. Let me walk you through with some diagrams so that for the benefit of those who have not seen them before. So we have thermometer used to measure temperature of a body, how hot or cold a body is. So we have the analog type. You fix this end here under the tongue or armpit. It will absorb the heat, and then the mercury in red will rise depending on your temperature reading. We have the digital type here too. We have the conductor at the tip here, inserted under your tongue or armpit. It will read it digitally for you. And then we have this new one. Due to coronavirus, it is pointed to the object some distance away, and then electronically is able to determine the temperature of the body here. So these two must be in contact with the body, but these two some distance away, it can measure the essence of the object's temperature. Then we have the barometer, and that is the diagram of a barometer used to measure atmospheric pressure. Then we have hygrometer. So it is used to measure the atmospheric humidity. Hygrometer. That is how wet or hot the environment is, the amount of water vapor in the atmosphere. So as you can see, between 0 to 30 or 35, we have it being hot, dry. Between 35 to 60 is perfect. It's not too dry, it's not too wet. From, I think, 65, if you can see here, 65 to 100 is very humid. This comes after it has rained, a lot of water vapor in the atmosphere. So we have the analog type, we have the digital type as well. Let us continue. Then we have the wind vane. The wind vane. The wind vane is used to measure the direction of wind. So you see we have arrows to point to the direction of the wind. We have an anemometer to measure speed of wind. So this one is the analog type. It will turn at this part here. And this one, we have the fans. The fan will turn, and then the speed of the wind will be recorded digitally. We have the rain gauge. This is a normal construction of some rain gauges. And then it is fixed in an open space, not under the tree or under a building, where the amount of rain may be increased or decreased, but it is fixed in an open space so that the rain will fall direct from the sky into it, and then it will be recorded in either meters or centimeters. Then we have question number B under 1. Name the stages in the life cycle of a mosquito. Here too, you have to be simple by mentioning just the stages. We have egg stage, larva stage, pupa, and adult mosquito. So egg, larva, pupa, adult. Then you have CI, list 2 properties of water. Here, you have just been given an open-ended question. We have physical properties and we have chemical properties. But here, you are just asked to mention any of these 2 properties. So here you have the properties: colorless, odorless, insipid taste. Insipid means it is tasteless. In fact, if water is really pure, it's supposed to have this kind of taste. So the water that we drink around, even though we call it sometimes pure water, in science, we will not regard that as pure water, even though it's good for drinking, because the producers usually add certain salt to make it taste pleasant. Freezes at 0 degrees, boils at 0 degrees. All this occurs at STP, standard temperature and pressure. Standard temperature of 25 degrees Celsius and pressure of 100,000 degrees Celsius. Water is neutral to pH, neutral to litmus paper. It has a pH of 7, meaning it's neither acidic nor basic. Pure water has a maximum density of 1 gram per cm cube or 100 kilogram per meter cube. Please check, be mindful of the units and the values. It has a high surface tension. Explain why it is advisable to wash clothes with salt water. This question may look easy for you, but be very careful. If you are not careful, you lose marks. 4 marks is allocated here. So don't just write it says lather easily with soap. No. Talk about the fact that it says soap and water. Why? Because it lather easily with soap, and this due to the fact that it does not contain salt of magnesium or calcium ions. Then these 3 ways in which soil profile is important. So that's our soil profile diagram here for you. So these are the expected answers. Help the farmer to know whether the soil contains certain nutrients. Help the farmer to determine the kind of crops to grow on the land. Helps the farmer to determine the type of tools to use. This question did not limit us to farmers, so everybody who may need this information, engineers as well, help them to determine where to construct dams, where to dig for water, and also help the farmer to know the farming system to use. Let's come to question number 2. So here we are with a full set question in the theory area. So if you add all the marks, you see that you get 15 marks. 3 modes of heat transfer. We have the conduction, convection, and radiation. Remember, conduction requires a conductor. So some examples of conductors displayed here. Without them, conduction can't take place. Convection. Convection, that one occurs in fluid, either air or liquid and gases. Let me put it that way. So you see that at the bottom part, when the liquid becomes very hot, it moves up, and then the cold part, which will be at the top, will move to the bottom. So this one will occur. This cycle will keep on repeating until the whole water becomes hot. It also occurs in our rooms the same way. And then radiation does not require any medium for transfer. So when you have some source of water, your hands can feel the heat some distance away. The same manner in which the sun rays reaches the Earth's surface. What are deficiency diseases? These are diseases that are caused by lack of certain nutrients or minerals in the body. Normally we know that diseases are caused by pathogens or virus. But over here, these diseases are caused by the fact that you lack certain nutrients in your food or minerals. And they result as a result of the malnutrition. And then some of these nutrients are vitamins, proteins, and the minerals are ions, calcium, potassium, and the rest. So let's look at some of these diseases. These are what is named here. For the benefit of those who have not seen how this disease looks like, let me walk you through some images. So you have the pellagra, you have sore mouth, and scaly and patchy skin, as you can see here. We have goiter, which most of you may be conversant with, an enlargement in front of the neck. We have rickets because of lack of vitamins D. We have weak bones. We have kwashiorkor, where the child grows lean and then have protruding stomach. Now let's look at the next set of questions. We are to state two ways in which, if you do any of these activities, it will deplete the soil resources. Now let's look at some of the soil resources. We have soil air, soil humus or organic matter. We have soil water, soil organisms like earthworms, termites, ants. We have minerals such as magnesium, nitrates, calcium. All these combine to enrich the soil. So if I burn the soil, how is it going to deprive the soil with any of this? Let's look at the first one, I. When you burn the soil, it will kill all the living organisms in the soil, burning away also soil important minerals such as nitrogen in the form of nitrate, sulfur, calcium, and then the rest. So some of these minerals will be burnt away. Then we have humus are also burnt. Please, humus and then minerals are different. Humus are the dead parts of living things that are on the soil. Can be leaves, branches, or whatever. Minerals are the nutrients such as nitrogen, sulfur. So know the difference. And then leaves the land bare. When you burn, the land becomes bare. Bare means empty, which may give way to soil erosion to wash away nutrients. Then let's look at leaching. Leaching is the washing away of nutrients deep into the soil, where most of plant roots cannot reach there. So there's a difference between soil erosion and leaching. Leaching is washing as well, but deep into the soil. But soil erosion usually occurs at the surface, where the soil nutrient is washed from one place to another place. So how will leaching cause the soil to lose its resources? Leaching will wash away nutrients deep into the soil, where it cannot be reached by plants. So here, nutrients are lost. It also affects the soil texture of the topsoil. So nutrients helps to give a certain kind of texture to the soil. So when they are washed away, it will affect the texture of the soil. You can imagine if all the nutrients and humus are washed away deep into the soil, it will be left only with the sand particles. So that's what I mean by it affects the texture. Now let's look at the last question under question number 2. Some processes that can change matter from one state to another. Please be reminded that we have 3 main stages of matter for now: solid, liquid, and gas. So what are some of the processes that will change matter from, let's say, liquid to gas? We have freezing, that is changing from liquid to solid, like putting liquid water for it to form ice in the fridge. Condensation, when vapor, condensation is changing from gaseous state to liquid state. When vapor gets to the atmosphere, it's being converted back to rain and it falls back as liquid water. We have sublimation, changing something straight from the solid state into the gaseous state. Example is naphthalene or camphor or iodine. It will change straight from solid state to liquid state. We have melting, just as oil will melt, or shea butter will melt, or ice block will melt from solid to liquid. Evaporation, where we have liquid changing to gaseous state. And we have deposition. Deposition is used to explain where we have some of the when condensation takes place and some of the water is being changed into ice or haze. All right, so it's good coming your way. I want to end here, but please do not forget to subscribe to my channel as shown here, Academia Series on YouTube. I'll be coming away with more interesting series. I I'm preparing some